안녕하세요, 화이트 스미스입니다. 이번 영상은 저 모데카이저 영상 이후로 약 한 달 만에 올리게 되었는데요. 인트로를 보셔서 아시겠지만 바론을 만들어 봤습니다. 그냥 바론을 만들면 너무 평범하고 심심할까봐 저만의 아이디어를 섞어서 만들어 봤고요. 중간에 굉장히 치명적인 실수가 하나 있었습니다. 하지만 그 실수는 바로 잡지 못하고 그냥 아쉬운 대로 완성을 하게 되었습니다. 굉장히 아쉬움이 많이 남는 작품이지만 그래도 영상 끝까지 어떤 실수인지 확인해 주시길 바라고요. 지금 바로 제작 시작하도록 하겠습니다.
The first thing I need to do is make a skeleton. I'm going to sketch roughly and I'm going to embed a sprayer in Baron. Place the LED on the face of the Barons. Of course, there must also be a battery to operate the LED, so it is fixed immovably. I soldered the charging circuit, but it is difficult to solder. Attach the forgotten switch. I'll make a torso. It's a simple repetition, but it was really fun. I will fix the switch. The circuit is complete, filling the other face. I need to polish the surface. Actually, I didn't need to trim it, but at this time, I thought I had to trim it. It also trims Baron's stomach. After trimming, the unfilled areas are additionally filled. I'm going to sketch in advance the part of Baron's eyes. I also make heads on both sides of the face and teeth like crustaceans. Too short. I'm going to put a mask on its face and make a crown on it. I didn't have to make it too accurate. I'm trimming parts like Baron's big horns.
어이구.
I made roughly 5 parts like this. I will trim the roughly made head. It was convenient to hit it with a heating gun and iron it. The surface was neatly trimmed with a grinder. Trim and not trim, is the difference big? Sanding is essential no matter how good the machine is. I can finish it delicately. How much does it look like now? Let's assemble now. I'll make a face and stick it on. Attach a small head with a heating gun. Apply the canine teeth and trim the gums naturally. I will borrow the power of the machine once again. Still, delicacy is the best in human hands. I'll make a Baron's leg. The surface must be moderately thick to make it pretty when trimmed. Even if I trim the surface as smoothly as possible, there are gaps. The muscles are additionally attached and expressive. In human case, I made the biceps and triceps. So make a total of 6. It is an important part that is very difficult to make, even though it is small. Since it is a thin part, I used a flexible materials, so I thought it would break easily. It's the exoskeleton on Baron's back. In fact, there is not much information on the back of Baron, so I referenced various Baron figures on the internet. I was thinking about how to express it, but I just made it bumpy. It's like the protruding spine of Baron. Now it's the armor-like part of Baron's stomach. No matter how the hole was drilled like that, I thermoformed it according to the image I thought. You can refill it with a 3D pen anyway. I trimmed its back while solidifying. Come back to the belly and smooth the surface. I still have to fill and refinish the blemish. This is the untrimmed part and the other is the unfinished part. Is there a difference? The back is too sharp and rough, so it is moderately heated with a heating gun. Trim Baron's face in more detail and make eye holes. I wanted to make the belly and legs smooth, so I applied red putty and grind it with sandpaper. Because Baron's eyes were too small, it has plastic surgery. I will weld the legs and torso firmly. The eyes are well covered with transparent filaments. I'll put Baron's crest like a blade on the power switch to hide the switch. The switch broke when I tried to melt the switch and attach it. I can't help it. I have to give up Baron's glowing eyes and green dresses. I'm going to color it after I'm sorry. I will engrave the toenail texture. I'm going to color the mouth that looks lazy. The texture on Baron's stomach must also be engraved. Toenail should be colored a little yellowish white. Other teeth should also be colored. I applied red areas that seem to be injured. The light blue color looks so youthful, so I'm going to add a little bit of black to paint the belly. I can create a natural contrast by roughly filling it with dark purple and wiping it off old socks. If I paint it dark red and wipe it to express the time that Baron has been through, it will also become natural. Soothing the regret for the broken switching, I'll paint it with a light green color close to the primary color in Baron's eyes. I'll show the contrast and scratch of the belly. If I paint and wipe it with a dark color once again, the contrast will appear naturally. For a bit of detail, draw a blood spot in red paint and it is completed. Let's put it on the turntable and watch it as a whole. With the blessing of Baron, I water the herbs I grow. Rosemary is watered like this, and it seems to be more pleasant. Rosemary's point of view is this, right?